Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Peaky Blinders. This is episode 3 of season 4. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the series so far. And mate, it's been a crazy first 2 episodes, hasn't it? You know, who expected the death of John? Not me. You know, it's been high action, lots of intimidation. It's been really exciting. Now, like, looking back on John, pretty devastating that he's died, to be honest. We're going to miss his character. I've just been editing a couple of, like, season 1 and 2 videos, and, you know, he's just a solid family member. I really like his personality. It's different towards Arthur and, you know, Arthur and Tommy's. It's a good, like, different blend between the 3 brothers, and, like, it's going to be interesting to see how they react now and how they retaliate and how the personalities possibly change with, obviously, this big, massive hole that's going to be missing inside the family business. So I'm going to be excited to see what happens there. Now, obviously, we know the Chengrettas come. They killed him. They threatened to kill everybody in the family. You know, last episode, so intimidating at the very end. You know, whilst Tommy was focusing on like a boxing event that was happening inside his workshop, they managed to sneak in. The Italians, they managed to take the bullets out of his weapons, and then obviously Tommy was having meetings with people, and Luca Changretta come in. He sat down, obviously introduced himself. Tommy pulled a gun on him. He's like, there's no bullets in there. He got the bullets out of his pocket, laid one down on the table, one for each family member, ticked it off, you know, flicked John's bullet towards him. He's already been taken out. Then he come to him and said, look, mate, I could take you out anytime I wanted, Tommy. You know, I could have walked in this room and I could have shot you. You didn't know who I was, but we do things with honour. We come in. I didn't have to send you those, you know, like letters in the post. I didn't have to tell you was marked. We could just kill you in your sleep and kill your family members and leave you wondering what's going on, why we're being attacked. But our family, we like to tell you why we're doing it, and we like to follow through with the plan. So I am telling you that we're going to take down your family one by one, and you're going to be the last Shelby standing, and then at the end we're going to kill you as well. Now, I thought it's really good, me. So intimidating. The acting was great, and I can't honestly wait to see what happens. I was saying last episode that yes, kind of, they're in Birmingham, so you would think that the, you know, like the Peaky Blinders and the Shelbys would have a lot of like people that they can use as backup, and they can use obviously like as a little army to obviously protect themselves, but also they don't know who the Italians are. They don't know where they're coming from, and they could strike at any time. That's the advantage that they've got, that they've come into a new city. They kind of know who the Blinders are and who the Shelbys are, and they know who their targets are, where obviously Tommy and family are just left in the dark wondering who's coming, when, how they're going to attack us, what's happening, keeping them paranoid. So I'm really excited. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you do, please smash a like, it really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
First come, first serve. Form an orderly line, all you. Yo, where you going?
Bradley, foreman.
All right, you go and see that man over there.
When's your last work here?
1922.
Many have done this type of work before.
They're mostly farmhands from down Worcester way, but I'll show them. Hungry men learn fast.
Right, on you go.
Oi, enough. Get him out. Get out. Get out.
Oh!
All right, 10 more.
£2 there for you.
What about security?
Yeah, well, about that. By order of the City of Birmingham Police Department, you and your ugly workforce are now under the protection of the Peaky fucking Blinders.
Mr. Gray,
Yes, send him in.
it's your mother.
Read about it in the paper.
Oh, it's his other mum.
I have a right. I'm your mum as well. From our orchard. You used to love these.
I hope there are no worms in them.
I just wanted to say that you're welcome to come home. To get better at home. I know you got bored in the village, but we love you.
Oh, I'm expecting Tommy. He's due in now.
I'll not be in the same room as that man.
I actually like that, you know. Like, just because he wants to be part of the Shelbys don't mean that he has to forget the people who raised him.
Come on, Paul. Tommy's expecting us.
Who's with us?
Isaiah and 2 Lee boys.
How long since you've had a fuck? Been nearly 2 years with me. I made a New Year's resolution to change the situation. So this is just to make things official.
Your official return to the company payroll.
I think Ada's trying to tell me to behave myself.
Yeah? Behave yourself. After your recent troubles, Tommy asked me to keep an eye on you.
Troubles? Whilst working for this company, I have killed a man, lost a man. I have found a son. I have nearly lost a son. I have nearly lost my own life.
She has done a lot. I think she actually looks different in this episode. I don't know if it's because her hair might be pinned up, but her hair looks shorter. Well, she's wearing a hat, like, and I don't know. I think she looks kind of healthier. I don't know. In that one anyway, she looks different. Tommy's still committed to them glasses.
Sorry I'm late.
Oh, Linda. Why are you here? You all right? Billy, all right?
Everything's fine.
Well, look, lovely to see you, but I'm late for a meet.
They can wait.
Oh.
It's silk. From Japan. Feel it properly.
You want to do this? Here.
I thought you were the boss.
Come here.
I like Arthur.
Right.
I do like Arthur.
Before we start, I'd like to note the absence of the Deputy Vice President. The board welcomes back the former Treasurer with generously improved terms and conditions. All those in favour of the reinstatement of Mrs. Elizabeth Gray to the position of Shelby Company Limited Company Treasurer, please raise your hands.
Why, goodness, thank you.
Any other business?
It's like a proper,
Right,
a formal
I declare
meeting.
This extraordinary general meeting over. Now we can talk about the real business.
Mr. Shelby! Fuck off! You're going to the paint shop!
Oh, yeah?
You're chucking paint around!
Busy! What was all that about?
In this sinful place, there will be temptations. It's my responsibility as your wife to help you resist those temptations.
Reckon
In the
she's
words of
talking
my
about
sinful
Tommy.
Catholic mother, keep his balls empty and his belly full.
Sorry, ladies, there's no smoking in here.
Yes, love, we know.
All right, he's an hour late. Fuck him. 6 years ago, Luca Changretta came from New York to Birmingham to be best man at his cousin's wedding.
The photographer kept the negatives. I persuaded him to give us copies.
We need to get both these photographs into pubs and on street corners and put it about that there's a reward for information. We need Luca Changretta dead.
Dropping the law of the bullet is part of the process of modernisation that I was working on before I was executed.
All those in favour of giving the photographs to Mr. Gold, raise your hand, and it will be done.
Oh, Mum now, is it? I smelled perfume when I came in here.
Yeah, it was the flowers. Concentrate on what unites us. This is all temporary.
Yeah, temporary, right.
See, right, one, what's it called? Abraham Gold. I'll mess up trying to say that name, but that Abraham Gold, yeah, even though I'd be reluctant to put my hand up and give him the picture, it has to be done, you know. But you know what I actually like is that I said, obviously, the outro and the start of this intro, is that the advantage for the Italians is they know who all the Shelbys are. And these don't know, they know the Italians are coming, but they don't know who they're looking for. They don't know, you know, what they look like, they don't know who they are, and the associations, you know, with people. But now, they've addressed it. They've got a picture, they know the family, they know potentially who's coming. Those faces, those names need to be passed around to as many of the Peaky Blinders and many people that are allies to Tommy as possible. So I actually think that it is probably a wise idea. Now, obviously, Arthur's not there. I probably agree as well that Arthur, you know, ideally, if he wants to take the bullet, fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that is great. But you're not going to stop the shot. I've said it many times before. It's like in films when the Joker catches a Batman. He could easily kill him, but he doesn't. He toys with him, he plays with him, he gets away, comes back and catches him. It's the same as this. You don't go and get the Luca Changretta and then wait for Arthur, because he might escape. He might come back. He might take somebody else out in that time. You need to do it. When you get him, he's gone. That's how it has to be. So whoever it is, they've got to pull the trigger. But also, Polly can't be mad at, you know, at Michael for his raised mum bringing him, like, coming and bringing him, like, fruit and that, because she raised him all his life and loves him herself. So I don't think he's the person that raised him's done anything wrong in coming to visit him.
Parties, you know. Is that what it is? What's this, a party? Hey? Who got out of it? Good out! Jay, I wasn't going to hit you. That wasn't fucking nice.
He actually is lucky that he didn't hit him with that hammer then, isn't it? After the pass would have took him out. Take the other one out, Arthur. Maybe keep him actually. Never seen that one before. Drowning pain. Yo, mate, you gotta admit that was a sick scene. Yo, that was good, wasn't it, mate? I always say it. Every scene that Arthur's in is really good. Like, you know, Tommy's so good at strategizing. I like his plans and he's like his business style. But then Arthur, I just like how he just don't give a crap, and he has a scrap all the time. He's willing to go down and fight them other guys. He let them go though. I said, mate, Arthur in the past would have hit that guy with the hammer. Well, somebody did come in try and kill him. He got hit with that hammer, got shot, and then he got the one that he obviously hit with the hammer come, and he's killed him for John. So I love it really. I thought that was a really good scene.
To send my guests in. Non sarei cogliero. Arthur Shelby, ancora gamba. Mandaci un messaggio su Villaggio. Ericino. You wire Polo. You let him tell the family. I killed 2 of our men. What do you have?
Ho trovato un altro nemico. La famiglia Shelby è piena di nemici.
Arthur Shelby killed a sign boxer ring 4 years ago. Pensa che se chiama uno dei fratelli per venire alla casa, quelli vengono, Luca.
Do you reckon that's that woman that he killed? Well, he just said about the boxing ring, innit? Do you remember that season? He killed him, didn't he? And then Arthur tried to pay her off, and then she come into the garrison, didn't she, with a gun, pointed at him, and he said, sit down, he gave her a drink. He said, look, mate, you know, I'm sorry for what happened to your son, but, like, we'll make sure that you've got, like, 4 boys, haven't you? Or something like that. He said, we'll make sure they've got work. We'll give you money. You'll never have to work yourself again. Do you know what I mean? We'll make sure that everything's covered. And we do apologise, you know what I mean? And she, like, flipped the table and she screamed and she said, like, you guys are going to get punished for someone's got to stand up to you. She said that, didn't she? I'm absolutely loving it if they're tying it back into that, because it would make total sense, you know? If she calls Arthur, like, yo, Arthur, like, I want something, like, they're going to go to the house, aren't they? Because, obviously, he promised to protect him and help the family. And when they go there, the Chengrettas could be waiting. I think that's really clever how they've tied it in, to be honest, and it makes total sense how they would draw him out.
Anyone seen Arthur?
Nobody knows what happened there.
Hey, in your office, Tom.
I thought you were dead. There's 15 fucking Italians out there.
No, there's not. I just killed 2 of them. No, I did it. Your brother. Not fucking Abraham Gold or his punch-drunk son, but me. It was me that shot the old man.
Yeah, out of mercy.
John's dead.
I like it though.
How do the men get in the factory? I need to know.
Through the back fucking door.
I understand that Arthur's pissed at that. I would love him to have a mad season, Arthur, to be honest. Step up and just go crazy. Absolutely love it.
Daddy's home, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Daddy's home.
How's Polly? I mean, it was her idea, wasn't it? The Japanese silk kept me away from that fucking meeting. I'm a working man who's lost his job. Is that what I am, Linda? Is that what I am, eh? Watch.
Now fire it into the fireplace.
You gotta tell Polly. There are rules between a man and a woman. But I have to do this. I have to do it.
I don't know how you can argue with him, like, with it. You might not want him to be involved, but he's got a proper reason for it.
Was it fear or was it hatred?
Was what fear or hatred?
Or hatred of us that made you unlock the door?
Gotta say the fear.
Unlock any door.
Oh, look, he's doubled down.
35 Drumcree Street, Parkhead, Glasgow. Your family are safe only at my discretion.
I run a factory full of black-leg non-union labour. I live in a street full of men laid off or on strike. And today, 2 men are shot and burnt on my shift. And you ask me why I'm getting on the midnight train to Glasgow.
Oh, I don't think he done it.
Who else has keys to that door?
Innit?
They hang on a hook inside my office. Today, I left the office unlocked because I left in a hurry because there were men trying to set fire to the factory. Before the factory came out on strike, I heard word that 2 Italians attended a Communist Party meeting in Stetchford. They got a party man into the factory. It might have been him that unlocked the door for them.
Get 3 of our men with police badges to watch Mr. Devlin's house.
Mr. Shelby, please.
Our friends in Glasgow will take care of your family.
Do you know what I like? People who double down on something. You know what I mean? He could have easily said, oh, it was the Italians. You know, they threatened to kill me and my wife and my family and my kids. Like, all I had to do is leave the door open and I'd be free. You know what I mean? They never said that, who they was... You know what I mean? Just make up some bullshit. The guy doubled down. What do you mean, mate? I didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I run this business. I do this. I get the train. People hate you. People, like, obviously, like, hate the business I work in. Wreck my house, all this. After leaving the night... Mate, as soon as he started talking, I was like, you know what, man? This guy's telling the truth. Why'd you leave the keys there? Maybe because somebody was throwing paint all over the factory and people was trying to set it on fire. I ran outside to try and stop it. Somebody's obviously slipped in and took the keys. Just like yesterday when you was having a boxing match and everybody was obviously more focused on that Italian snuck up upstairs, slid in and took the bullets out of your gun. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, anybody can be distracted by a bigger chaos that's going on. So I liked what he said there. He didn't hurt him or anything. But again, if we go back to Arthur, now listening to Arthur and stuff like that, you know, I understand why he's actually mad. You know, Linda, she's there working with Polly to keep him away from the meeting. Obviously, they're trying to do it in his best interest. He don't want him involved, don't want him killed. But, like, he's feeling like Arthur would probably accept him getting killed if he could kill Changretta himself. Do you know what I mean? So if he could go and kill Luca, and by killing Luca he dies as well, I reckon that he would be fine with that because he's avenged his brother and he feels like he's the person that's put him in that position. So even though, you know, the contract has been given out, I would love Arthur to do it in the end. After the speech that he's done, I would love him to do it. The last person Chet Speck's knocking on.
Union business.
Yes.
So conducted in the proper place at the proper time.
I've come to make an improved offer. We have reason to believe that outside agitators from overseas are attempting to foment trouble in our factories in advance of a general strike, which could take place at any moment.
When this business began, I did some research on you. Turns out I know someone who used to know you very well, Kitty Gerossi.
Very thorough research.
Greta died at the age of 19 of consumption, and Kitty said you were at her bedside for 3 months every day holding her hand. She said in those days you believed in things. Once you saw a man beating his horse and you fought him, it was twice your size, but you beat him. And then you beat him with his own whip.
I've also done my research. Your sweetheart was at Passchendaele. When I came back, he was listed among the shell-shocked. Blew his own fucking brains out.
Kitty said next time I see you, well, before we start fighting, I should send you her love from the good old days. Greta Gerossi and Tommy Shelby.
Apologies for interrupting your dance.
She's got to help her, she knows. If he just had 2 people from that picture coming to kill him, morally, you would help, wouldn't you?
I need you to listen to me. I need you to listen to me. Listen to the sweet voice of Jesus.
We fired the bullets.
Oh, I fired it.
Linda says more than white soap.
I hope it's a different bullet.
Did well.
God spoke to him, not me.
Her hair's definitely short this episode, 100%.
On Mondays I do the infantry.
Said to Arthur while I'm in this fucking place, I want something to keep my mind busy.
What, you're going to take bets?
I've always been able to do addition and subtraction without pen and paper.
The rule is that door should always remain locked until 9 a.m.
Right, boy, where are you going?
Well, Arthur's not coming in today. He's taking the day off. Today, Tommy said that I'm in charge.
Sending Finn to the shop was a mistake. I've already found out he's a virgin and arranging a girl for him this afternoon.
Linda's there. Is she nice?
No. She's from Aston. Nice women don't do that sort of thing.
Yes, they do. What about you?
I was going to say you did. Innit, mate? She's had a proper rise, hasn't she? Mate, she's gone from, like, going to marry John at the start. Do you remember? John was going to marry her. He needed somebody to look after his kids. Tommy got in the car, offered her money. She accepted it. He told her to get out. Told John, obviously. He was fuming, set him up, obviously, with Esme. And now he got married into the Lees. She's come, ended up working as, like, his secretary. Do you know what I mean? Like, ended up typing for him and all that. And then slowly, like, moved her way up the business. You know, she even went... Did she was used as bait as well, kind of, wasn't she, at the you know, at the derby when he was taking down Sabina. She lured one of the captains in or something into one of the rooms, wasn't it? Yeah, and then Tommy went in and he killed him. That was the guy that they wanted to take out. So, and do you know what I mean? Like, she's gone through a proper character arc, like build up and progression through the Shelby company.
Are we expecting somebody? Tommy, I'm fucking freezing here.
I used to come here. She waited for hours for me. And I couldn't make it. Some girl before France. I've been back here since. Wanted to come here with you.
Are you kissing her or me?
God, the lighting's so sick on here. Just these being dark figures.
I want Shelby Company Limited to increase non-taxable charitable contributions to local charities by 25%.
Why?
Because I promised someone I'd change the world.
That's good though. She got to him then, that girl, didn't she? She played in a bit of his heartstrings.
How was your day?
Yeah, it was okay. I don't want it like that ever again, Tom. Not when they don't even want to do it. She said, be a man. Then I apologised to her because she just looked so tired.
Working in a fucking factory gets you tired. I don't go around apologising. There's an empty space here to be filled. Do you understand?
Good advice, really. When you're in a position like them, do you know what I mean? Like, you can't be feeling sorry for nobody. They have to bully everyone, technically, don't they, these guys?
Women alone are not allowed at the bar. Will someone be joining you?
What do you think?
This is public enough, no?
The boy in the hospital's out of bounds, and I'll ask you to spare Finn and
What
Arthur.
the fuck?
In return for what?
Tommy Shelby.
My mother knew your mother.
Did she tell you that John and Arthur spared her life when Tommy wanted her dead?
Yeah.
You take Tommy. Spare the rest.
Well, dance. Yeah, that's a shame.
Why do Italians look like Italians? And like, I know that might sound stupid, but if I looked at him, yeah, if I just woke up this morning, never watched the show, and you just put his head in front of me and said, "Where's he from?" I'd say he's from Italy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't. They're so distinctive that they literally are like, not everyone, you know what I mean, but like, it's mad. Like, literally, he looks so Italian, and obviously he acts and talks like it. And I mean, let's be honest, yeah, I'm all for let's kill Polly. Like, that's just me now. I don't like. You can have your opinion, I'll have mine. Go against the family, get killed. I say it in any show that I watch. Could be anything. Could be this show. Could be vampires. You know, could be werewolves. Anything. You snitch on your own family. You try and turn somebody in, regardless of what you know, like your reasoning. You get killed, mate. Literally. You don't snitch on your family. I'd love Tommy to pull the trigger. I'd love a family chaotic war. You know, you have like people on this side shouting no, people on this side shouting, you know, do it. Tommy just in the middle, pulling that trigger. Now, obviously, I don't mean that I dislike Polly as a character. She's good, you know. I think she's really interesting. She always causes disruption within the family business, to be honest, but not in like a bad way. She sees it and tries to send it in one direction. You know, Tommy and Alpha may come at it with a different like approach. May look at it in different, you know, scenarios, and obviously she'll counter it. You know, she wants the women to have this and that. She's negotiated her pay up. Do you know what I mean? The one thing that I respect / does annoy me though is that I respect how much that she loves Michael. I respect how much like she tries to keep him away from all of this, and she tries to, you know, keep him safe, and she wants him to leave. Like, to be honest, consistently since he's joined, she doesn't want him to be part of the Shelby company. She wants, you know, she even proposed to move away to Australia last episode. Now, obviously, like I said, I respect that and I get it. She's his mum and I have no problem with it. But it also grates on me as well. Like, it does annoy me, the fact that, like, she's constantly, you know, like, on about it when Michael doesn't want that. Do you know what I mean? Like, Michael's always seems to be wanting to be part of the family business, wanting to be involved, happy with what he's doing and this and that, and you know, like being a Shelby. And like, obviously on the other hand, she's here with her own opinion, and like, because she has her opinion and he has a different one, hers has to be right, and that kind of stresses me out, even though I respect that she's his mum and she wants what's best for him. Now, in terms, like I said, of pulling up this deal and offering to hand over Tommy towards the Changrettas whilst also sparing Arthur and, you know, whoever's, doesn't matter to me. She's being a snitch. She's putting her family in danger. She deserves to die. So I'm going to be interested to see in how that goes, because obviously making a deal with these is not a good plan. To be honest, like making a deal with the enemy is never ideal, because once they get that, you know, then they could just kill you as well. You know, I never trust it in films when you watch it. People get so close to like all these people. Once you do the task, you're just another number, really. You're just like, thanks for the information, you know too much, you're gone as well. Now, sparing his mum was clearly a bad idea. Can't remember what I said my opinion was last season, to be honest, or whenever it was he spared him. Now, it was ruthless. It absolutely was ruthless. Like Tommy said, kill her. You know what I mean? He took the dad. He was like, kill the mum, leave no prisoners. And like Arthur and you know, John couldn't do it. They both said there was a teacher in school. She's on, like, you know, she's just an innocent old woman. She's, you know, we'll let her live. She's moving to America. She's not going to cause any trouble to us here. Do you know what I mean? Like, we can't kill somebody like that. And I respected that decision as well. I totally understood the position where they're coming from. But like he's just said, Luca, mate, Tommy proved to be right. you should have been ruthless. You should have killed my mum. Because technically, if they killed his mum, then his mum wouldn't have gone back, wouldn't have told him, he wouldn't have come here. So far, John would have been dead. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, that decision to be not ruthless has cost family a death so far, and possibly more. So it's going to be interesting to see, mate. Really, really is interesting. Okay, and that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. My question to you is, what should happen to Polly, in your opinion? Mine is she should be killed, you know, if she hands over Tommy and if she sets him up. You know what I mean? So even if, you know, the Chengrettas don't actually kill Tommy, but if she actually makes a deal, gets them in a room, puts Tommy in situations where he is going to die, and, like, obviously he somehow survives, that's enough. That still is enough to take Polly out. You know, we've seen people try and take them out before, and the retaliation has been death. So it shouldn't be any different. Whether it's, to be honest, it's even worse, somebody in-house. You know what I mean? Like, and the fact is, do you think that, like, Ada, you know, Linda, Arthur, you know, Finn, anybody is going to be happy that, oh yeah, Tommy's gone and the Italians are gone now, you know, we're all safe, that you actually cut that deal? No chance. You know, everyone's going to resent you, no one's going to want you, you're going to be kicked out of the company, kicked out of the family. You know what I mean? Michael's not going to talk to you, he's definitely not going to go to Australia. So do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's a bad idea. It's desperation mode. She's obviously come back with a bit of a vengeance. She's not happy with everything that's happened, and you can see it, mate. Now it makes you think, did she do something to what happened in the warehouse? You know what I mean? Like, let the two Italians in. But then again, obviously countering it, she said that she didn't want Arthur to die. It was only Tommy. And obviously it was Arthur that was targeted. And he actually successfully took them out, didn't he? Brutal as well. Shot one of them and obviously drowned one in paint. It was a decent scene that I liked it. Obviously he's burnt the bodies. He wants to obviously take the Chengrettas out himself. He wants the final bullet obviously into Luca, but obviously Linda, she's trying to convince him with Polly as well, and it seemed like Tommy might have been kind of in on it, or maybe at the end, I'm not too sure, when he shot it in the garden anyway. But they wanted him to give the contract out to that guy, didn't they? What's his name? Like Adamama. I literally forgot it already. It's too like too long. But him, mate, you know, Littlefinger, he's got the contract, and obviously outsource it to specialists. He goes, tries to kill Luca, gets killed. No dramas. It's not you, Arthur. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the only way Arthur can pull the trigger if he's literally sitting duck, just like his dad was. They captured him, they tied him up, he went over, he pulled it. Now, if Arthur does that to Luca, it's fine. But if Arthur's going out in hunt of him, knowing that there's people around, obviously knowing that he's going to be a target as well because two people will come after him, then yeah, it is a bad decision to try and do it yourself. Let somebody else go after it. So I'm excited to see what happens here. Can't believe that Polly's actually trying to cut a deal with the devil, so to speak. And obviously he's just said then, do you know what I mean? Like, she said, I don't do dances. Well, you're dancing with me right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, he probably don't trust her as well. He's going to have to... I mean, they even said, the Italians, didn't they, that they referenced a couple of seasons back when Arthur beat that guy up in the boxing ring and his son died, and he tried to pay her off, didn't he, and offer her money, and she didn't accept it. She flipped the table. She got to pay someday. You know, somebody's going to have to stand up to you. Well, we tried to tie it into a storyline today. Said that if she wanted to call one of the Shelbys to the house, that they would come. You know, they'd feel like they've got an obligation to go and see her because of what happened. And we didn't see the outcome of that as well after that deal was proposed, obviously, to Lucas. So I'm going to be interested to see if they use that and who actually goes. But that's where we currently are. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please smash the like. It really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.